Hey, how you doing? My name is George, and I am the advanced web developer here for Salem Communications in Hawaii. And I wanted to put together a very special video for churches, ministers, members, pastors here in the state of Hawaii or around the world, who's ever going to watch this video. Working here at Salem Communications in Hawaii, I've had the ability to meet some wonderful people across the board. And you know, being amongst a lot of these people, pastors and ministers, as well as members and total support circle here. Without a doubt, what's heavy on everybody's mind, spirit, heart, soul is the economy and the effect that that's having on a lot of people. Notwithstanding, sorry about that, notwithstanding, you know, at the end of the day, as the ministers and the pastors and the church members as a whole, as a supportive circle, are rallying to do the best they can, you know, to help everybody around. The ministers and the pastors, not all, but some are showing bits of concern that because the economy doing what it's doing, it is having their trickle-down effect. And I decided that since my specialty is internet marketing, search engine optimization, social media marketing, that I would kind of share with you an idea that I had. I've used this once before in a whole different type of business, but it's going to work excellent here in my opinion. And it's very support oriented. As the church as the center of many people's lives, another wonderful power that could be supported through this has to do with, as well as since the days of the church and development, it's always been the support circle of the members reaching out, as well as sharing services with one another within the membership. In this case now, that can be expanded and can work tremendously well on the internet. Now, of course, the church or the ministry has to have a website. If you don't have a website, I have another video coming around the corner where I can explain to you a very inexpensive way, like $10 a month, to actually have a website up and running with a template, but we'll save that for another video. However, if you do have your website up, you know, a lot of people do visit the church's website, sometimes to get a little extra help or a little extra word or maybe a video or a podcast of support when things need a little tune-up. But this particular program has to do with the unilateral support of the church and members that have websites and services, whether those services are paid-for services and products or just, you know, relationship building. Spiritual relationship building, human relationship building. One of the most powerful things in search engine optimization, which for those who don't know, is actually a method in which an individual or a company who gets hired to try to bring the best traffic to your website. It's called search engine optimization through search engine results. That's when you type in something, if you're looking for airline tickets, let's say, and then you're served up these results. Of course, the top 10 is the very coveted position. But part of that is something called reciprocal linking, and also reciprocal linking and also inbound linking. Why that's significant is because Google really loves relevant information, so that when somebody types in something, they could present the consumer with relevant results. What deep linking, as they call it, can be a good term or a bad term, reciprocal linking or inbound linking does is it adds more value into the algorithm in which the little search engines do their work to the website. So in other words, the more links to your website that the search engine recognizes that are relevant, the better movement up in search engine results you'll get. Now, whether you get the top 10 or top 100, we can't tell. However, what this does wholly is without that outside search atmosphere, it internally supports everybody in that church. So I'm going to kind of speak real quick in black and white about this. Here's the church website, okay? Right here. What I want to see happen, or what is something that I'm suggesting, is within that site, open up a new nav page or a new button that'll take you to a link page within the site that says Our Support. I'm not saying to use those words, you can use whatever you want, but just for the explanation. When they click on it, what will happen is open up a page in the website of the church, and it's like a membership directory of members within the church or the ministry that have businesses. Doesn't necessarily have to be paid businesses and products, but services or businesses or whatever. And you make kind of like a directory. Within this directory, maybe a little logo of the company, the name of the people who own the company, so you're probably familiar with them because they're already members of your church, and without a doubt, a direct link to their business. Okay? Now you do that with everybody. So let's just say there's 50 members that have businesses and websites. So the church has opened up this page, they've made their directory with the active links that take them to the other websites. And what happens is each one of those companies that got listed in that directory, let's just say it's my company and I'm a plumber, and they listed it to me. Well, on my website as a plumber, I would say, here's my services, this is what I do. And then I would also put in a button saying my support, or whatever we decide to use. And what I do is I actually use the same directory and I put it on a page. So in other words, on my website, on the Our Support, is going to be the church's link back to the website. But then I'm also going to support all the other members in the church. Do you understand what I'm saying? Unless, depending how you feel about your business, if there's 4 or 5 plumbers in there, if you want to handle your business and not backlink to them, that's fine, but it doesn't hurt, in my opinion. And what happens is the hub turns into a web of communications to all the members in the church, and then each one of these members will link back to the church, and then they link to each other. And it super niches the community. Because a lot of people sometimes will feel a little more comfortable spreading the wealth and supporting within the community, perhaps within the church. But what this does is it strengthens the bond, the complete bond of the members in the church, the ministers, and the pastors. But at the end of the day, what it really does is it also helps accelerate search engine optimization. So let's just say I just flew in to Wahiawa, where I live, lots of churches there, and I wanted to find a particular church, and I type in a church, or church Wahiawa, where do I go? God, you know how many results will show up there. There's a lot of churches. But once I decide, oh, I like this one, this is nice, and I go and I look at the church, and wow, look at all the people that are involved. And then I meet people there, and this one does this, and this one does this, and this one does this. It's an automatic. And it brings everybody up. It brings everybody up in spirit, it brings everybody up in commerce, and it brings everybody up in search engine results. If I was perhaps just an individual who, let's just say I'm a floating Christian, one that's Christian, but I haven't been to church for a while, and I need the plumber. And they look up plumber in Wahiawa, and let's just say they come up with my fictitious website. And they say, oh, nice plumber. Oh, he belongs to a church. Let me check that out. Do you understand the motion? It's that motion. Very, very important to reach out. Don't be afraid of the internet. When you do it the right way, it's extremely powerful, extremely supportive. So I'm sure there's going to be some questions that you have. You can always contact me at PMG International. You see the website URL right here. Or if you're watching this on one of the social media profiles that I have, you can always leave a question there at your profile, or below the video. But I just felt like I really wanted to give that out there so that I can do what I can do to help everybody during this period. So God bless everybody. It's going to be okay. I know there's a lot of people doing overtime praying right now for a lot of things, but it's going to be just fine. So this is Jeeves here, and I want to thank all of you for inviting me into your house to help bring some light into today's situation. All right. See ya.